Hi, welcome back. We are solving problems related to finding the domain and range of real functions. Real functions are functions whose domain and range are subsets of real values. Belongs to capital R. Okay, right. It's a set which is a subset of R. Okay, right. Let's look at these examples. Find the domain of the real function f of x equal to 1 by 6x minus x square minus 5. Now what is the meaning of domain? Domain is nothing but set of all x values which I can supply to this function, which I can give as input to this function, or should I say in another way that the values of x which will define this function. So I know that 1 by 0 is not defined. That means if this value is equal to 0, then this function is not defined. So you are already saying that find the domain of the real function. That means the function is already existing. Now only we have to find out the domain of it. So we have to find out the values, set of all the values for which the function will exist. So what I will say now, I will say 6x minus x square minus 5 cannot be equal to 0. If this value is equal to 0, then the function is not defined. So now you can see here some quadratic equation. If I take negative out, I can see it as x square minus 6x plus 5. This cannot be equal to 0. Or can I say x minus 1 into x minus 5 is not equal to 0? That means x cannot be the value of 1 or 5. X cannot be the value of 1 comma 5. So what will be the domain then? Domain will be R minus of the set of values 1 comma 5. If it is 1, what happens? Let us see. 6 ones are 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. I cannot have 0. If it is 5, 6 fives are 30, minus 25 5, 5 minus 5 0. So I cannot have 5 too. So all the values of real values other than 1 and 5 are allowed to be the domain. So remember, whenever you are having function like 1 by some f of x, remember that f of x cannot be equal to 0. That is the way we have to think about those problems. Okay, right. Now let's look at the next type of problem. This problem we have find the domain of function f of x equal to square root of x square minus 3x plus 2. We already seen in the last session that square root of f of x we have, then f of x should be greater than or equal to 0. Whatever the value I have, let us say that's nothing but g of x, because f of x is already there, some function of x, that should be greater than or equal to 0. Why? Because then only I can have real value, because I have been told these are all real functions. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of that? X square minus 3x plus 2 should be greater than or equal to 0. So, if that has to be greater than or equal to 0, I see here I can find out some factors. I can find out it as x minus 1 into x minus 2. You can use splitting the middle terms. You see sum equal to minus 3, product equal to 2. You want sum negative but the product to be positive. That means both of them should be negative sign. Minus 2 minus 1. So from that you can find out x minus 1 into x minus 2 should be greater than or equal to 0. Now interestingly, we have to find out what are the values of x which will satisfy this condition, that x minus 1 into x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0. Now what I do whenever I get this type of thing, I don't remember any formula. What I do just is like I look at the boundaries. I have values 1 comma 2. So I will just go there and say this is 1 and this is 2. I check for values 1 and 2. If I check 1, this is equal to 0, so 1 is okay, good to go. If I check for 2, x minus 2 is 2 minus 2 0, and this is satisfying equal to 0. So I am okay, good to go. Let us take values in between 1 and 2, or let us take values which are less than 1. Let us say the value is 0. Now let us see what happens. If I take 0, remember, whenever you want to prove something as positive, the product is positive, both of them should be negative or both of them should be positive. So if I want to make x minus 2 negative, if I want to make x minus 2 negative, or should I say if I want to make x minus 1 negative, then the value of x should be in such a way that it should be less than minus 1. If it is okay, or it can be, can I say that it can be less than 1? If it is 1, what happens? 1 minus 1, 0. If it is 0, 0 minus 1 into minus 2. So then it becomes positive, then it becomes minus into minus positive. Similarly, you go on the other side and check for, let us say, third value. Let us check for value 3. If I look for 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is also okay. So if I take any value in between, let us say 1.5. 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5. 1.5 minus 2 is minus 0.5. So I am getting negative value. So this part is not allowed. Whatever I have in between this is not part of the domain. So remaining all are allowed. That means my function looks like, if I go here negative infinity and here I go to positive infinity, so I will say negative infinity, I am okay till 1, you are fine there. Now afterwards I don't want anything between 1 and 2, then from 2 to infinity. So we can see that the domain of this function f of x equal to square root of x square minus 3x plus 2 is nothing but equal to minus infinity to 1, 1 is included, union 2, 2 is included to infinity. So whenever we have x minus a into x minus b greater than or equal to 0, remember always the domain will be minus infinity to a and again b to infinity. So the point we have to remember here is, whenever I want to make product greater than or equal to 0, both of them should be minus or both of them should be plus. To get both of them minus, the number should be less than the smaller number. The both of them to be positive, the number should be greater than the greatest of the two. That means if I want to have positive values, the number should be more than 2. Then I can have both of them as positive. If I want to have both of them negative, then my value should be lesser than the small value. That means it should be less than 1. It should be less than 1. Then I can have both of them as negative. So this is the concept based on which you can find out the domain easily. Now let's look at one more example and see what is the difference between the earlier one and this one. Okay, right. Now here I have to find out the domain of f of x equal to 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. See here, whenever we have square root, we know that 1 minus x square should be greater than or equal to 0. But now we have it in 1 by. 1 by means this cannot be equal to 0. So that greater than or equal to will vanish now. I will have only the condition is 1 minus x square greater than 0. Why? Because if you want square root, then whatever is there inside the square root should be greater than or equal to 0. But now the function is in the form of 1 by square root of something. So 1 by whatever you have, that value resultant can never be equal to 0. Then the function is not defined. So earlier it is 1 minus x square greater than or equal to 0 whenever f of x is square root of 9 minus x square, 16 minus x square. Now it is 1 by square root of some constant minus x square. Then remember, you cannot have the option of having the value equal to 0 because 1 by 0 makes it undefined. So now I have only one thing, 1 minus x square greater than or equal to 0, or can I say x square minus 1 less than or equal to 0? Now this is nothing but equal to x minus 1 into x plus 1 less than or equal to, sorry, less than 0. Pardon me, there is no equal to in this case because we are looking at 1 by, so if 0 then the function is not defined. So 1 minus x square greater than 0 or x square minus 1 less than 0, x minus 1 into x plus 1 less than 0. Now you can check the condition. If I want to satisfy this, one should be positive, one should be negative, one should be negative, one should be positive, and you will see that the values are nothing but equal to minus 1 comma 1. All the values between minus 1 to 1 and the boundaries are also excluded. The boundaries are excluded. So minus 1 value, if you keep, it will become 0. I cannot have 0. So that's why the boundary is excluded. Similarly, if I have plus 1, then also you will see that you cannot have 0. But if I have 0, x is 0, you can see that the value is satisfied. If you take x equal to 2, what is happening? You are getting positive value. If I take x equal to minus 2, again I am getting positive value because it's going to minus into minus case. So the domain is nothing but minus 1 to 1, excluding the boundaries. I hope you are comfortable with this, right? That's about finding the domains. In the next session, we'll try to find out the range of some real functions. Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye for now. See you in the next session.